Rachel here. Join me over the rainbow as I talk about the Wizard of Oz musical film of 1939 and how it ended up being one of America's most beloved film classics. Decades before the filming of this movie, L. Frank Baum created a children's novel titled The Wonderful Wizard of Oz in 1900s. Its popularity grew quickly, and by 1902, the first on-stage musical adaptation was performed in Chicago. And just a year later, The Wizard of Oz took the stage in Broadway, totaling just under 300 performances. Finally, the movie was released in 1939. It had a $2.8 million budget and was titled The Wizard of Oz. It was also produced by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayers, is also known as MGM, and this was their most costly production to date. So if you've never seen this movie or need a refresher, let me show you what you need to know. So Dorothy and Toto are from Kansas. Surprise, there's a tornado. So she ends up inside the tornado, and that sends her to Munchkinland. The house that she was in kills the Wicked Witch of the East, and Dorothy takes her magical ruby slippers. On her way to the Emerald City, she meets a scarecrow who wants a brain, a rusty tin man who wants a heart, and a lion who wants courage. Oh yeah, did I mention the Wicked Witch of the West is scheming to steal the magic ruby slippers? So, things happen. Dorothy gets kidnapped, her friends come to save her, but the scarecrow ends up getting burnt. So, Dorothy throws a bucket of water that ends up melting the witch. They return to the wizard to find out he's a fraud, but he still gives the scarecrow a diploma, the lion a medal of courage, and the tin man a ticking heart clock to fulfill their wishes. In the end, Dorothy learns that there's no place like home, and she'll never run away again. Then she wakes up in her bed like it was all a dream. Throughout the story, each character has this goal that carries them forward. They all wish to reach the Emerald City to get their wishes granted by the Great Wizard. As for the producers, MGM, their goal for the movie was to appeal to children and families by turning a previously popular novel into a film. There's a few messages in this movie, such as there's no place like home. It also teaches people the virtues of courage, intelligence, and sincerity. MGM also wanted to make a profitable film, and so they made a large investment believing this would be successful. And it was, eventually. So this film fits under commercial design, meaning it's most advanced yet accepted. MGM wanted to create the best film that would get as many people to watch it as possible, and rewatch it as well. These were all refined from the music to the visuals to give the viewers a magical time in the wonderful land of Oz. There's a balance of craft and art at play in this film. Craft included all the makeup, costumes, set design, lighting, filming in color, and special effects that occurred over 6 long months. The art is the character design that went through many changes, and the set design and the colors used to really show that magical feeling. This film includes intellectual appeals such as humor and irony. The lion is ironic and a comedic character, since lions typically symbolize bravery. His cowardly behavior when faced with adversity gives the viewer a laugh. His actions are humorous since he falls over with exaggeration, and other scenes where he walks through the witch's creepy forest and he scares himself when he pulls his own tail. And another scene that uses humor is this one, where they meet the Tin Man for the first time. He's rusted solid and barely gets the words "oil can" out, signaling to Dorothy that he needs to be oiled. But the Scarecrow responds by saying, "Oil can what?" in a humorous way. So this may not be the most obvious joke to children, but it certainly was entertaining to adults. All these mechanisms used throughout the film contribute to the sense of whimsy and playfulness that appeal to families. So the film uses Technicolor, which is a fairly new and advanced technique used at the time. Although the company was founded in 1914, the technology used to film The Wizard of Oz was created in 1932. Technicolor used special motion picture cameras to record the same scene through 3 strips of colored film. These colored strips are then individually printed onto a typical black and white strip. The movie cleverly separates Dorothy's real life in Kansas from the land of Oz by using colored film. Dorothy starts in a monochromatic world made up of different values, typical of films at the time. However, when she enters the world of Oz, the film shifts to a world of saturated and lively colors. The stark contrast shocks the viewers and gives them an emotional sense of awe. Another aspect of the film that shows the principle of movement is the yellow brick road. The path twisted and turned, yet contrasted with the green fields, creating these lines that lead the viewer's eyes down the road. The road is also textured, giving it a sense of interest to the space. This yellow brick road serves as an index for viewers to feel like they are part of the journey and a symbol for always moving forward. Each scene was thoughtfully crafted to give the illusion of a sense of space. This brings life into the characters as they act in the scenes. The never-ending trees that disappear into the background and the delicate lights that hit the scenery at the perfect angle create balanced compositions that gives focus to the characters. Scale is also used heavily in this film to show a greater power. Some examples is the first large tornado that swept through Kansas and wreaked havoc, symbolizing disaster. And another one was the imposing grand Emerald City, symbolizing hope. Along with this, the fake Wizard of Oz was a large contraption that used lots of smoke and explosion to impose power and fear into the people, and this symbolized power. Dorothy's red slippers are vibrant, and you can see it throughout the films as it catches the light, and this creates an emphasis put on her slippers. This fact differs from the original novel, which depicts silver slippers, and I believe this change led to a more eye-catching addition that would captivate viewers. Red was also typically used to show the Wicked Witch when she casts spells to exit a scene, like on the left here. Fire and water play contrasting roles in this film. In real life, these two are opposites. Water puts out fire, obviously. In the film, fire was synonymous with the Wicked Witch of the West. She exits scenes in clouds of red smoke and fire. Her castle is black, lined with flaming torches, and she uses the fire to try to burn the Scarecrow alive, and he's very flammable. That's his weakness. On the other hand, water was a weapon to defeat her. The Wicked Witch's weakness was water, since Dorothy accidentally used it to melt her. So, overall, The Wizard of Oz performed well while it aired in theaters. However, it did not make up for the production costs. It wasn't until the standardization of home television in 1956 that newer generations learned to love The Wizard of Oz and increased popularity nationwide. Today, this beloved film is included in one of the first in the National Film Registry. This is also my first time visually analyzing a motion graphic, since I usually look at 2D works. It was different and unique, and researching what went behind making this movie was pretty fun. It made me want to talk more about the film. I was most shocked to find out all the failures and disasters that almost made the producers shut down the project. It's super interesting, and I'd recommend you watch a video about it if you want to learn more. So, while I was rewatching the film, it made me feel nostalgic, and I was pretty impressed because despite being made in 1939, there's this timeless appeal that charms me. Thank you for watching my video. Here are the credits I used for my research.